The Clare team in tonight's match programme is the one which was listed to start in Limerick 3 weeks ago against Tip. The numbers may be the same, but the strong likelihood is that major positional switches will follow. Will James McInerney be given the task of marking his colleague pal Joe Canning, and how will Colin Ryan do after a storming display in the Gaelic grounds where he scored 12 points on a night when team captain Brian O'Connell starts his 25th championship match? Same again as the order for Galway's championship side. It's the same 15 that started against Kilkenny last month. Kevin Hines has recovered from a back complaint and lines up in midfield, while Damien Hayes has been nursing a calf injury. And in spite of Joe Canning's growing reputation, it's Hayes who remains the team's leading scorer. Mind you, between them in the inside forward line, they've scored exactly 200 points when goals and points are combined. Crisply into the forward line, Niall Healy transferred back neatly as far as Angus Callanan. Looking for a point here. That's a lovely score. Angus Callanan got one in the first half in Tullamore against Kilkenny, and he's got one here after nearly 6 minutes of play, tying it up at 2 points apiece. Good play here by Brendan Bugler. Hand pass to the middle, but he gives it away, and it's back by Kevin Hines again. Straight to Cyril Donnellan, into Markham, but Donnellan gets away from him, looks for the point, and that's over the bar. Great point by Cyril Donnellan. That's great shooting, and Galway are back in front, 3 points to 2. Great work here by Cyril Donnellan. Big, strong fellow, holds off the challenge, shows his ability to shoot from a distance. Gilligan with the hand pass into space, but Ollie Canning reacts quickest, back facing towards his own end line. Very neat, tidy player by a very accomplished corner back to the other man at the corner, Damien Joyce. Up towards Joe Canning again, against James McInerney. Pressure on the Clare goal, swept away there by Philly Brennan. Only as far as the number 12, who is Andy Smith. Joe Canning once again against James McInerney. Real pals they are. They shared a house in college in Limerick, so they know one another very, very well. Competitors tonight, as that one is put over the bar, and a second for Angus Callanan and another for Galway. 5 points to 2. Here's Alan Markham firing it from a big distance in towards Diarmuid McMahon, reaching up for it, and the fullback Shane Kavanagh there allowing it to trickle out over the end line. That's going to be a puck out for Galway. Well, his goal just before half-time, even though there were major questions about the validity of that, it certainly helped in Limerick a couple of weeks ago against Tipperary. It ignited Clare for their challenge for the second half of that match. Certainly made a game of it. Well, the possession so far shows Galway in front, and Cyril Donnellan's raiding. Oh, well stopped. Goalkeeper does well. Philip Brennan gets it out here. Out as far as Brendan Bugler, the man from Whitegate. Pressure on Pat Vaughan as well. Look at the pressure that Galway is exerting. The forwards never making it easy for the backs to try and get the ball away. They're in their faces immediately. Good play. Colin Ryan now breaking that challenge. Big one downfield. Reaching up for it there was Shane Kavanagh. Just got the stick to it. Gilligan's in pursuit. After him is Fergal Moore, the number 5. Swiftly away, down into the half-forward line once again, towards Donnellan. Didn't get it this time. Instead, it's Brendan Bugler. Into the corner this time. One for David Barrett to race after. Barrett, flicked away brilliantly by John Lee. That's terrific play by the Liam Mellows player. And Shane Kavanagh completes the clearance way downfield. Pressure on James McInerney again. Back out only as far as Cyril Donnellan. He's already got one. He's now got a second. Well, the sheer eagerness and determination of Galway is in evident all over the park, from goalkeeper up to corner forward. This is the save a few moments earlier from Cyril Donnellan, raiding in here, coming in on the angle, and the goalkeeper had to get down smartly and make sure there wasn't further trouble there for that Clare defence. Once again, Brendan Bugler. Oh, hooked superbly there by Angus Callanan. Bugler persisting, however, gets it back the third time. Still he tries to break his way through. Hand passing it outside to Tony Carmody. Haven't seen much of him so far in this game, and that's a poor ball back towards his own defence. Helped out this time by Tony Griffin. Clare needing a score. Can Tony produce it? And the answer is yes. Great point by Tony Griffin.
And Tony Griffin picked up the break there, lucky to come forward, and he shot a lovely point from distance.
Back by Griffin once again. McMahon now, huge one in towards Gilligan, trying to win his battle in there, runs on. Ollie Canning was in real danger that time with his goalkeeper coming out and the ball flying around the goal area. In the end managed to get it away to Fergal Moore, then they leave it behind them. Again there's an opportunity for David Barrett here. Back in once again towards Ryan, and the referee blows his whistle and it's a penalty. A foul on Colin Ryan, penalty for Clare, and an opportunity for a score for them in the 25th minute.
I must say, Gerard, I didn't see anything wrong with Johnny. He just stood his ground, and Colin Ryan ran into him, and the ball bounced into Damien Joyce. And if I was a defender, I'd be very annoyed with the referee there. If we watch it here again, he passed it across, and Johnny just more or less stood his ground, and the player rushed into him. I didn't see it as a penalty, but that referee
just watched it one last time here. Whoops. Is it the fact that the shoulder was in more into the chest than into the shoulder?
Well, Jeremy, my way of playing is like you stand your ground and you don't, offer the space, but there's a penalty now anyway, and Carmody is going to go for it.
Tony Carmody for Clare. They need a score, and it's stopped on the goal line, flicked away by Ollie Canning, and no joy whatsoever for Clare there, and for Tony Carmody, who was looking for his 5th ever goal in the championship. Didn't materialise. There was a score there for the taking. They needed something. And a combination there of Shane Kavanagh and his goalkeeper, helped out by Ollie Canning, eventually knocking it away from danger, and Clare get absolutely nothing from this penalty stroke. That's knocked ahead there by Andy Smith, the Portamna player, following it himself, showing great eagerness, touching it back there towards Damien Hayes, his clubmate. Still in the air there, hanging around. Cyril Donnellan firing in the shot. It's in the back of the net. The opening goal of the game is scored by Cyril Donnellan in the 30th minute, and it emphasises Galway's superiority in this match, as it was knocked ahead initially there by Damien Hayes, prodded down by Angus Callanan, and finished sublimely to the back of the net there by Cyril Donnellan, his first ever goal in the championship. And it's come here in Cusack Park, and he's made it 1-7 to 3 points. Under pressure again, Kevin Hines takes it down and loses it. Tony Carmody sweeps it into space, back out by Damien Joyce, out into the middle as far as Owen Lynch. All alone initially, trying to round Pat Vaughan, shouldered. Has a go, big distance out, looks good, it's a great point. Superb score there by Owen Lynch. That really is a fabulous point. His first ever at this level of championship hurling. Really, really good score. 1-8 to 3 points, where Galway have been dominant. And Cyril Donnellan, that's a misplaced pass, only as far as Pat Vaughan got that last point for Clare. Down towards Barrett. Here's Ryan. Oh, it's a good stop once again, but it comes back. And away out of danger eventually out here as far as Adrian Cullinan. Colin Ryan had the chance, and a good stop by Colm Cullinan.
Good stop there by Colin Cullinan, but he hit it straight at him. Maybe when the chance was gone, when he was heading away from goal, that he might have knocked it over the bar, but into the corner, but straight at the keeper.
As Alan Markham launches this one down towards David Barrett. Back there to help out is Owen Lynch, a point scorer during this first half. Most of the good hurling has been played by Galway. A couple of opportunities for Clare. Late in the half, here's one. That's one they needed, and that's put over the bar. Good work there by Tony Carmody, just his first point coming after 2 minutes of stoppage time. Got loose, got an opportunity, knocked it over to make it 1-8 to 5 points.